Last summer, in a quiet parking lot, amidst the rows of parked cars, a tiny figure lay forgotten, a fragile puppy, barely clinging to life. She was so still, so silent, that only a casual passerby, a woman on her way to work, noticed her lying next to a car. Her eyes, empty and distant, seemed to carry the weight of the world. The woman froze, heart sinking. It was clear the little one needed urgent help. She quickly called the animal rescue service, her voice trembling as she described the state of the puppy. By the time they arrived, the poor creature seemed to have surrendered to her fate. Her body was frail, her eyes full of sorrow, her coat matted with dirt and insects. Carefully, they wrapped her in a blanket, fearing it might already be too late. On the way to the clinic, they offered her food, but she wouldn't touch it. She barely responded, her body failing her. It was heart-wrenching to watch. When they reached the clinic, the vets were shocked. The puppy, a mere shell of life, had so many issues: severe malnutrition, dehydration, and an almost hopeless condition. But no one gave up. They named her Alice, and with each passing day, the battle for her life grew more intense. Her small, frail body seemed to resist, but in her eyes was a flicker of determination. Slowly, very slowly, Alice began to show signs of recovery. She gained strength, began to eat, and even wagged her tail weakly when someone approached. A week later, the doctors were cautiously optimistic. A month later, Alice was a different dog. Her coat shone, her eyes sparkled, and her playful spirit began to shine through. The puppy that once lay lifeless in the parking lot was now a joyful, curious little creature. But the journey wasn't over. Alice needed a new home, a family to call her own. Days passed, and then, finally, they found her the perfect family, one filled with love, care, and the promise of a life she had almost lost. As she wagged her tail and curled up in her new owner's lap, her transformation was complete. Alice, once abandoned and broken, was now surrounded by warmth and affection. And though she couldn't remember the pain of the past, she made sure to thank those who saved her by living each day with the joy and energy of a dog who knew she was loved. If you liked the video, put like and subscribe to the channel, where you will find a lot of interesting things.